Hi, I'm Cameron Meredith with ADU West Coast. I hope everyone had a good New Year's. We're starting the year off good in 2021. Today, I just wanted to show you guys a quick video about multifamily and ADUs as far as building ADUs and multifamily properties. Right now, we actually have a few going on, a couple in Long Beach, one in Whittier. So I'm going to walk through those and then also go through kind of the basic, law changes as well as what to look for, and then again walk you through one of our projects or properties that we're actually about to begin construction on soon. So with that being said, I'll get started. Again, we'll talk about some of the multifamily laws first. So as you know, if you've seen some of my last videos, there has been some new ADU law changes for both single family and multifamily starting in 2020. And these new laws go into effect for the next 5 years until 2025. Okay. Here's just a couple of the main ones, which I'll go through. If you guys have questions, you can comment below. But this is specific again to multifamily. Some of this covers single family as well, but I'll go through each one and explain. First major change is there's a faster review process, just like single family. There's a 60-day review of your plans, not approval, 60-day review, meaning they have to review that within 60 days. So that's big. A lot of people are asking, what can I do with my multifamily lot as far as, what can I build or how many units can I build, et cetera. The next two answers, or excuse me, the next two bullet points are going to be answers to that question. Number one, okay, if you have existing space, this applies to you. You can convert, let's say you have a multifamily building and you have a car space or carport, attic, basement, whatever it is, you can convert up to 25% of your existing multifamily unit count out of any of those areas. So those areas would be a storage room, a boiler room, a passageway, an attic, a basement, or what's the most common is a garage. That's going to be the most common that we see here in California. But again, all of these you can convert into an ADU. Now let's talk about what the 25% existing count means. So before I go through this, I want to be very clear that each city has their own laws, and some are actually a little bit more lenient than what the actual state law allows. So that's what I mean by that. But what they mean by the 25% existing multifamily unit count is, let's say you had a multifamily building and you wanted to convert, garage space, or know how many garage spaces you can convert. The 25% of existing unit count means that, let's say you had an 8-unit building, that means you can convert up to 2 garages, or you can make up to 2 new ADU units. Again, because that would be 25% of that 8 count. If you have a 4-plex or a 4-unit, again, you can build 1 extra ADU unit out of those storage space or garage, whatever it is. But again, always check with your city. When I go through our example here, that city actually allowed us to create more space than what we actually thought. So always double check with your city. So that's the first part, 25% of the existing count out of anywhere within the multifamily building. So again, a garage, passageway, storage room, attic, etc. Okay. The second part to this is you can build 2 freestanding ADUs. So if you had a multifamily lot where you had some open space or an area where you could build as long as you met the setbacks, okay, which is 4 feet from the side and rear, you can build up to 2 extra ADU units. Okay. Again, if you have questions, just feel free to comment below. The first portion is 25% of the existing count out of existing space. And then the second part is you can build 2 freestanding ADUs out of open space, or if you have an extra area on your property where you can build that, they will allow you to do that. Okay. Another bullet point here is no minimum lot size. Before, there was a minimum lot size when they were allowing you to build, but that no longer requires. Reduced parking requirements. I'm not going to get into too much detail. If you're converting an existing space, there is no parking required. But if you build from the ground up, you will be required to have some replacement parking depending on your property. So always check with your local city as mentioned, okay? But most likely you're going to be within a half mile of a transit, so it will not be necessary. But again, always double check. And then the last part here is eliminated or reduced impact fees if it's under 750 square feet. So there is no impact fees if it's under 750 square feet. If it goes over, it's reasonable. Before they used to charge ridiculous amounts. That no longer applies with these new state laws, okay? So here we're going to go over one of our current projects. It's not in construction yet, but I just wanted to show everybody kind of what we're doing and what it looks like. So I'll go through, and on the next slide, you can kind of see it a little bit better, but here's the before picture. So what we're doing, if you can see here, is this multifamily building is currently 6 units. Okay, it's in Whittier. The city actually is allowing us to convert all garage space into 2 separate units. So the way that it's laid out here, and again, I'll show you on the other slide, but this is one garage bay here, a separate garage bay. It's a larger garage bay. So there's one area, and then you have your 4-car garage bay, which is this right here, the picture of this, which is this portion. So we are converting not only just all these 4 here, we're changing that into a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. We're also changing this portion, which is the second garage bay, which you'll see the pictures here. We're converting that into an ADU as well. So out of these 6 total garage spaces, we're going to convert 2 areas into 2 separate ADUs. Both of them are going to be 2-bedroom, 2-bath. But again, the city of Whittier is allowing us to take all those garage spaces away, which I was surprised at. That's why I always tell you guys to check with the city. Okay. So we're making this, again, you can see there's actually some of these are just junk. They don't even park in there, but some do. But it was a storage or parking area. Now they're going to be using it as 2 extra rentable units, which obviously changes the evaluation of that property, right? Instead of 6 units, now you have 8 units. And I just did kind of a rough evaluation. Let's say each of those 2 bedrooms run out at 2,000 each, just to give a random number. That's adding 48,000 of yearly gross income at minimum to your portfolio of this property. So just so you guys can see how awesome that is, and how, I mean, a lot of places we go into, they're just using this to store junk. It's pretty much just a storage space. So it makes a lot of sense to do some construction and then squeeze however many units you can in there. Here's the layout design. Again, I don't want to go in too much detail here to confuse you guys, but as you can see, this is the Google Maps shot. And you'll see the aerial, it has alley access, which is great, but it also has some parking spaces in here, which is nice. And that's what's key. I think that's why the city is allowing us to take all the garage spaces away. There's some good street parking, but again, there's some parking spaces there. But as you can see, I highlighted the property. And then right here where that black line is, that's what separates the 2 garage areas. Okay. Right here is that 4-car garage space that I saw in that you guys saw in that picture there. Here is that other garage bay. Again, we're converting both of these into 2 separate units. They're both going to be 2-bedroom, 2-bath each there. Okay. So that gives you kind of an idea of what we're doing with this property. So this, just so you know, this is all apartments over here, top and bottom. And then over here where the garage bays are, those are apartments on top and then garages on the bottom. So it's easy for us to access that plumbing, that sewer, which makes it a good project here. Finally, we're going to go through kind of what makes a multifamily property good for an ADU addition. First thing is lot size. So obviously the larger your lot, the better. If you can build, we'll go through that. If you can build 2 freestanding ADUs on your property without, taking away parking or storage space or whatever, that is obviously usually a little bit better because we have some room to work with too on as far as layout and how we can design those and build those. So that's always huge, is having a larger lot, larger area to work with if you can build those 2 freestanding. Number 2 is parking. Even if you're going to take parking away, parking is still valuable in some areas. I mean, I know some areas more than others, right? If you're in downtown LA or Hollywood or Long Beach compared to, Riverside or wherever, it's going to be completely different. But parking is always something to look at. If you have excess parking, that means you can take those garages or carports away for ADUs. So that's something to look at as well. Kind of same thing to lot size, like larger lot size is open area to build. That's kind of what I'm talking about when I talk about larger lot size. That's always the best case scenario. So you can just build freestanding and again design that the maximized amount you can and using that in the best way possible. The fourth is garage or carport space to convert. Again, we're looking at what we convert or what we can convert, excuse me, and really, how much parking we do have because we got to analyze all that for this. Okay. Um, is there a lot of grass or is there a lot of concrete? Obviously, when we're working with open area, the more grass, the better. That way, we don't have to dredge up or dig through a lot of concrete. That's always better, going to be better than asphalt or concrete. Okay. And then we're always looking to access to our plumbing, power, and sewer. How far do we got to pull those? Is it a raised foundation? Is it a slab? 1 story, 2 story? Is the power coming from above, below? This is all stuff that we look at. So when you're looking at your property or looking for property to acquire, just make a note of a couple of these things here. But that's pretty much it for the video today. Like I told you guys, I just wanted to go through real fast, explain some basics about multifamily. If you have any other detailed questions, feel free to comment below. Don't forget to like and share, and also subscribe because we're doing a lot of ADU videos that we're putting out recently. I know I try to be basically a resource of information for realtors or anybody that just kind of wants to learn about ADUs. So feel free to follow us here, our website at aduwestcoast.com. Instagram is at ADU West Coast. Same with our Facebook/ADU West Coast. And then my personal email is CameronCNVRT@gmail.com. So if you guys have any properties or questions about ADUs in general, feel free to reach out and we'll put out a video here soon. Thanks for watching.